tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, got some egos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
We're here at the WWN Training Center in Port Richey, Florida. We have a great card for you guys tonight, so let's waste no time.
I think somebody said he was around here somewhere. Is that? Yeah, that looks like him. Let's see if I could get up.
Wait. What do you want?
Sorry, Mr. Ayala. Could I get a couple words ahead of your match?
Wait right there.
Sorry.
You got some nerve coming around after what you did last week.
It's my job. I got to get these interviews.
But you want to find out about my match tonight. It's going to be up against Tito. That answer, right? I don't know what's so special about Tito. You know what, Tito? You got lucky last week when you went up against John Strange. You got lucky. But guess what? Tonight, you're not going to be so lucky because you're going up against me. Richport Ayala, Mr. RPA, that freaking Rican. And you know what's going to happen? Just like it always happens, my hand is going to be raised and I'm going to be victorious, and it is on to the next one. So the people of WWN, be prepared to see Tito get hurt tonight, and me standing right over him with my hand raised, baby. Now get out of here. Take a walk.
Oof. Man, last week I had one of the toughest challenges in my career so far. I overcame the insane John Strange. Nobody thought I was going to do that, but I knew that I was going to do that. And this week, I've got probably the cockiest man in this building tonight, and that's Richport Ayala. Rich, you might have some size on me, you might be able to talk the talk, but let's see if you can walk the walk. Because I'm the answer around here. I'm the hottest prospect incoming to Proving Ground. And tonight, I'm going to come over, get another victory, and I'm going to show everybody out there why I am the answer and why there's no question about that.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ambassador of the World Wrestling Network, Trevin Adams. And tonight we have a very special guest while Alyssa Marino is on assignment. Fully gimmick zone, Zach Romero, back in the booth here in the World Wrestling Network.
Trevin, thank you so much for having me back. It is wild to be calling the action here at the Proving Ground once again. It's been too long, and I am thrilled to be here.
And indeed, as you heard earlier on here from Richport Ayala himself, Tito Torres victorious in his debut last week on WWN Proving Ground. It was a Thunder Championship Wrestling Showcase. And for all intents and purposes, this is going to be a Thunder Championship Wrestling Showcase, one of the best schools in Central Florida. And you're going to see two of the best go at it.
And his opponent.
And of course, Bridgeport Ayala off of a victory as well in his Thunder Championship Wrestling Showcase match, defeating Gus Money de la Vega. However, Francisco Chiazzo getting involved in that matchup, and there is no Francisco Chiazzo here tonight, Zach. So hopefully we're going to find out what actually happens when there's no backup for Bridgeport Ayala as he faces the answer, Tito Torres.
Oh, this is the kind of matchup that you want to see here to start things off. Both these young men have something to prove here. Like you said, both coming from an esteemed school. It is all about making yourself known around these parts. And so I'm very interested to see, all things being equal, who's going to be the better man.
Yeah, and we also have a special guest referee official who you can see is having to deal with the obnoxiousness that comes along with Bridgeport Ayala. It's Gina Monti from IWTV.
Unfortunately, something that goes along with that position is having to deal with a lot of ego.
In the case of Tito Torres, again, trained by the Tokyo Monster Kahagas, and Bridgeport Ayala, originally trained by the amazing Red. However, again, in recent times, also under the tutelage of the Tokyo Monster Kahagas, who we will see in action later here tonight on WWN Proving Ground. But as mentioned, I am very excited to see these two face off here, Zach. Tito Torres, about 1 year in the sport. Bridgeport Ayala, about 6 years. But in the case of Bridgeport Ayala, his first professional wrestling match was in Japan, wrestling for Wrestle One. I mean, that's an amazing way to start your career, just like we got an amazing lockup here to get things started in our opening contest.
Perfect metaphor here. You got these two men jockeying for position here. Both, we heard from them a little earlier, both really looking to prove a point here. And it's about who can outsmart the other. These two, both have decent training, like you said. Port Ayala has a little bit more on the side of experience, and we're going to see if that's going to be the difference maker. However...
Yeah, the quick pin here. 2 count only, but you think these two athletes know each other a little bit, Zach?
Just a bit. Just a bit. In a case where you're going against the answer, I hope that that Rich is well read on his opponent in this case, and not expecting any kind of surprises.
Yeah, and you notice Rich saw Tito charging in, was able to get Tito over the ropes, but Tito's so quick now with his own answer, no pun intended. Agility on display of this young man. I'm very impressed thus far by Tito Torres.
The speed, the absolute precision, the power on that. This kid has got some serious talent, especially so early on in his career.
Yeah, Bridgeport Ayala, catching Tito Torres. I was about to say, Ayala 6'4", and Tito got all the way up for that drop kick, but now hung over the top rope by Ayala.
Launched on that top. And part 2 right there. Yeah, no, I was just about to say, Rich is a beast. He towers over. When you come into a ring and you can eat peanuts off the head of your opponent, there is a definite size advantage to be spoken about.
And right now, Rich has the control of this matchup. We already talked about the difference in experience, and you're seeing again Gina Monti. Ayala better be careful, because you get yourself disqualified. That's a loss, my friend.
Yeah, no kidding. You'd think that experience would kick in here, but I guess it's the experience of knowing how much you can bend the rules here and what you can get away with.
Yeah, and of course, when it comes to Tito Torres moving down from the Northeast, coming down to train in Florida. He lived up in the Northeast about 18 years, and this youngster so serious about his craft. It's his whole life. His whole life is focused on professional wrestling, but that elbow might be ending the life at this rate of the answer. Tito Torres pinfall, 2 count only. What physicality out of the gate here, Zach.
That absolute power of that shoulder just completely knocking Tito into next week. And Tito has got to seriously mount some kind of offense here if he's going to stay alive in this thing.
Yeah, and Tito has an amateur wrestling background, but you don't learn how to be choked out in amateur wrestling, whereas obviously Bridgeport Ayala, very comfortable in the sport of professional wrestling, taking advantage of the ring as a weapon, and Tito's trying to fight back, but look at Ayala.
Well, there's no doubt this kid's got heart, but can he get on the same level as Rich? Can he fight the type of fight he wants to go with here? And again, getting involved with the ref here.
Yeah, and Torres is very proud to be the first official graduate of TCW. Beeled across the ring by Ayala. You got to think both of these guys coming off victories last week. You got to think in their heads, it's who's top dog coming out of TCW right now. And you got to think this is that match.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is all about, okay, you made your bones last week. You know, you each had wins. Great. You're coming into this. Now it's the next level. It's all about ratcheting up. It's like, okay, what's next? You won. Great. Now what's next? It's about getting to that next level, achieving that next goal to really get your name and face in front of the right people. This is proving ground for a reason.
And up and over goes Torres, using the speed again. Caught, but could it be? No. Stop!
Wow.
The back drop by Ayala, and you had a hell of an analogy earlier. Wait, hold on, pitfall. 2 count only. When you made the comment about being able to eat the peanuts off the head of your opponent, well, again, getting caught, despite that you know, agility on display of Torres, getting caught, held so high in the air, and then dumped so hard in the mat. And of course, Ayala getting a little disrespectful here, albeit I guess this has been his attitude throughout this matchup.
And you have to imagine, too, the mind game that plays in as well. You're throwing your whole body at a man who can just yoink you out of the air and do with you what he wants. Look at this exact example, the power, scooping this man up.
Yeah, now the pinfall. 2 count only. Credit to Torres that he's still in this thing, and seeing some frustration on the face of Ayala, who's choking his opponent. Come on.
I was literally just about to pay this man a compliment. I said, you know what? For as cocky as he is, he's got the fundamentals down. He's making the correct pins, nothing sloppy. And now, I guess he heard me, because now he's got to prove what a big man he is with a very lackadaisical pin after a blatant choke.
Yeah, and you saw that only got him a 1 count. What's Ayala got in mind here? Goes for the elbow, took too long. Torres was at least able to move for the moment, but can you get some blood flowing again if you're Tito Torres?
Well, clearly the lessons of one Francisco Chiazzo really laying in here with the taking your sweet time to drop an elbow only to pay for it. And now it is Tito Torres' opportunity here to try to mount a comeback.
And indeed, pivotal moment. WWN faithful getting behind Torres. Oh, but coming right out of the corner there. Ayala again, just the force.
In a case like this, if you're the underdog, you're going up against a guy who's almost twice your size. It is all about explosive offense. You have got to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. You cannot give your opponent a moment, because when your opponent's that much bigger, any opportunity they can completely change the game by throwing you across the ring, or in this case, raking the eyes across the top rope.
Yeah, and obviously very pleased with himself. Bridgeport Ayala taking the time to jaw jack with the WWN faithful here at the WWN Training Center. Well, I don't know if this is a smart thing to do. Torres now the kick.
Wow.
Catching Ayala. And Tito's got something in mind. Oh, getting out of the way in those kicks.
We are in desperate times, calling for desperate measures territory here. And the answer, desperately trying to mount some kind of momentum.
Yeah, Tito on the top. Torres getting ready to fly. Let's see if this is going to be successful. Hell of a missile drop kick, taken down. Bridgeport Ayala, and now the pin. No, not quite enough.
Kudos to locking the fingies together during that pin, going for a little air answer there, and almost got him. I think maybe caught Rich off guard a little bit. But again, like I said, it's about building that momentum. You saw the light for a moment. Now, where do you go from here? How do you continue to build that foundation?
And that splash, full speed ahead from Tito Torres. Got to keep this momentum going. Beautiful uppercut as well, and we kept talking about the size differential throughout this matchup, but in this moment, I don't think it matters.
We're building. Oh, you spoke too soon. Scooping a grown man up.
Yeah, I was thinking perhaps snake eyes, but the counter from Torres. Damage has been done here to Ayala, who swings wildly, and now that springboard.
Again!
Oh, wow.
Just capturing him in midair. Just the sheer power.
Yeah, and I think he's thinking Port Authority, but no. Counter here. Attempting the sunset flip, and you see Ayala holding on for dear life.
Oh, no.
Trying to use the ropes.
Wait a minute.
Come on!
Just disgusting.
The official has no clue. Ayala holding onto the ropes for the win. You got to be kidding me.
I gave him benefit of the doubt for a moment. I thought, oh, he's a little close to the ropes, but he realized that, hands on the mat. Then no, spotted the opportunity, decided to make the most of it. The old Chiazzo shortcut stylings, and gets the win. How disappointing.
And you got to think again from the perspective of representing Thunder Championship Wrestling. Bridgeport Ayala now can absolutely brag. For all intents and purposes, it was kind of an unofficial tournament. Ayala stood on top, and I guess Michael James is going to get a word with Bridgeport Ayala.
Because you know that I'm better than you. It's on the video!
Which perfect 2-0 at Proving Ground. What do you have in store, Mr. RPA? Mr. RPA, that's right. This was an example that you people should listen when Bridgeport speaks. You know why? Because last week I told all of you, and I told everybody on the internet that I'm a big deal. That you need to remember Bridgeport Ayala. You need to remember RPA. You need to remember that freaking Rican. All right? Because I ain't going nowhere. Bridgeport is staying right here in WWN for a long time. And you know what, Tito? What you need to be doing is head to the back because your time here is done. You lost. You're a loser, so leave.
First of all, you don't say when my time is up here. My time is just getting started here. And yeah, almost 7-foot Bridgeport Ayala had to cheat, grab the ropes to get the victory, right?
What are you talking about? Come on, bro.
Right?
What are you talking about?
You beat me. Okay, I'll give you that. But let's see if you can do it again. How about let's see if you can beat me twice. Next week, rematch, 2 out of 3 falls. And I know it gets you scared. Because look at you, you're gassing out right now. You know you're gonna hang in there another second with me.
You know what? You're lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself. Because you know when next Friday comes, I'm going to beat you again. And if you want to go again, I'm going to beat you again. So if you want
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
Next week, 2 out of 3 falls. Next Friday, you got it. Me and you again. And I'm just going to prove to everyone here and everybody watching on the internet that I'm the winner and you're the loser. So now leave.
Let's see about that.
Ayala's livid. But Zach, I think the challenge was accepted. Next week, WWN Proving Ground, best 2 out of 3 falls.
It's put up or shut up time between these two, and that, just when I thought I couldn't get any more excited about this matchup, we get the sequel next week. Unbelievable.
So close. Was this close to get another victory at Proving Ground? But it wasn't because Rich was better than me. It wasn't because he was smarter than me. It wasn't because he was faster than me. It's because he had to cheat his way to get a victory. And that really gets me upset because I know I'm the damn hardest worker at the Proving Ground. And I deserve that victory. But you know what? Next week things are going to be different. Rich, you beat me once. Let's see if you can beat me twice. 2 out of 3 falls. I'm going to show everybody why I'm the better man. Why I'm the superior man. And you can't cheat to take out the answer. I'll see you next Friday.
Come see Proving Ground live every Friday night at Richey Racquetball and Sports Club in Port Richey, Florida at 7 p.m. Step inside the new WWN Training Center for an experience like no other. Proving Ground is a night of fun for the whole family. Tickets are available at the door and seating is limited. Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
Tonight, Brian Atomic versus Gus Money de la Vega. Say I'm excited is an understatement. Because, you know, Gus, you want to call yourself money, but Brian Atomic, he actually is money. And you're just chump change. So when you get in that ring with me, you're going to realize what everybody in Proving Ground will soon know. Is that I am Atomic.
Oh, mira quién es. Look who it is. Gus de la Vega. And tonight, where we at? Proving Ground. Otra vez. Last week, I remember what you did to me, Frankie. Don't worry. I got your number, papi. I got your number. Prepárate, papi. Don't worry, I got you. But tonight, it's me and you, Atomic. Prepárate, papi. Because I got some energy for you tonight. And I'm going to show you why. I'm Gus de la Vega, papi. Ya tú sabes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. One fall! Introducing first.
And Zach, we don't know much about Atomic. Tried to get a few words with this young man, and other than a few years in the sport and what I've seen of him throughout the independents, it seems like the guy's kind of on his own planet.
When you're naming yourself after the potential to explode, that's a tall order. That's a little questionable in terms of nature, but I don't know. I'm interested to see what he's got, what he can bring to the ring.
And his opponent, Gus Money.
You heard Gus Money mentioned earlier, had his victory stolen thanks to Francisco Chiazzo last week on WWN Proving Ground. Tonight, Gus Money getting an opportunity to show what he can do, hopefully with no outside interference. We mentioned Gus Money de la Vega currently doing the proverbial polishing at the Thunder Championship Wrestling School, but this is a guy with 16 years in the sport, Zach. It's a veteran. Started with Steve Kern's School of Hard Knocks under Hack Myers. This is a guy who's been a WXW Cruiserweight Champion, the NWA Florida Underground Flash Champion, New Generation Pro Wrestling Champion. You've seen him on AEW Dark. Tonight, it is definitely veteran versus youngster.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. One of the things that makes me most proud and most on board with an athlete is the keeping themselves sharp. Because I can't tell you how many countless talents we've seen through the state of Florida who, as soon as they quote-unquote graduate from training, they never go back, and they are worse for it. But to stay 16 years in the sport and continuing to stay sharp like that, that is highly impressive, and I am excited to see what Money can provide in the squared circle tonight.
Yeah, and of course, take nothing away from Brian Atomic. He's had some great showings here in the last few weeks on WWN Proving Ground, including a main event, pushing Stephen Frick to the limit, albeit ACW Heavyweight Champion August Artois making himself known in that matchup. But tonight, hopefully no shenanigans, one-on-one. Let's see what Atomic can do, and heck, let's see what Gus Money can do. And the backslide might be the answer already.
Impressive showcasing of strength from both these men. Beautiful arm drag. This is what Proving Ground's all about.
Textbook delivery. And a drop kick.
Oh, beautiful drop kick. This is what it's all about. This is about really showcasing that you've got the stuff to go places here. And every match is that opportunity to really show your stuff. And so, although I'm completely at a loss about Atomic, Money, again, getting caught up in the corner there, but Atomic suddenly getting the upper hand. But still, I'm really interested to see where this thing can go.
Yeah, and of course, Atomic raking the eyes of Gus de la Vega while official Dominic Coco was trying to break these two guys up. Official had no clue, and now the complexion of the matchup's changed. You see the immediate choke by Brian Atomic. So, Zach, if you had any questions about the demeanor of Brian Atomic, I think you're getting it all right there.
Yeah, no kidding. I was going to say, just a bad attitude from jump, and I don't know what he's trying to prove here. Like you said, went toe-to-toe with Frick, but...
Pinfall. The 2 count only. But I think that's the point. I think if I'm Brian Atomic, if I can get a victory, the fact that Gus Money de la Vega comes in here with so much experience, is so known throughout the sport. If I'm Brian Atomic, I got to think I am jumping up the rankings in the World Wrestling Network if I get that win tonight. And of course, by the same token, you don't win, well, you know what can happen.
Very true. And that's always what's interesting here, especially in a matchup like this, with the reverse Atomic drop. You know, you got Money on the one hand where, yeah, you've been wrestling for a long time.
Wait, pinfall.
Ooh, excellent kick out. You got Money, who has been wrestling obviously for quite some time here, so you don't want to lose to someone younger in the sport than you necessarily. You want to stay on top. But on the other hand, you've got Brian Atomic, who, like you said, starving for the spotlight, really trying to show that he is as good as he thinks he is. Step into the ring with Frick, now step into the ring with a vet. So it's really hard to see who's got more to gain here in this matchup.
Yeah, De La Vega starting to fight his way out of that atomic cravat. You'll hear Atomic often throw the word atomic before some of the maneuvers he'll throw out there, and swinging wildly.
I respect that.
Does not connect, and instead, Gus Money, beautiful flying head scissors. And not slowing down as well. And again, the veteran, man, he still moves like it's his debut in 2006. Flying, and an authentic atomic drop on Brian Atomic.
Extra insulting with the sequel as well. Wow.
And a neck breaker. Well placed by De La Vega. And might be thinking Money in the Air frog splash, perhaps.
Always dangerous when your surname matches a wrestling move. Wow.
And it does connect. Pinfall. De La Vega wins.
Beautiful.
I don't feel like Brian Atomic totally got out the gate here. A few moments was in control. Gus Money de la Vega, just the blitz. Victorious here tonight on WWN Proving Ground.
Yeah, absolute fantastic showcasing. Impressive from both men, like you said. I feel like Atomic kind of got in his own way a little bit there, but really impressed with Money here and showing that he still has all the tools and all the talent to be in the main event scene. Very impressed.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear from Gus Money de la Vega as Michael James heads into the ring. I get the feeling we're going to hear some passion.
What's on my radar? I just took care of Atomic. Last week, my debut. Frankie, I haven't forgotten what you did. I averaged you beat 1, 2, 3. But it's okay, puppy, because I got you. And the only thing that WWN is going to see is Gus Money de la Vega go straight to the top. Down to salad.
Yeah, Gus de la Vega definitely heading in the right direction from a momentum perspective here. Big win tonight. Definitely excited to see what's next. Let's take 2. What's next for Gus Money?
Proving ground, baby.
Did you just see what happened out there? Gus Money had to come with the underhanded tactics and hit Brian Atomic with some atomic drops. You're not atomic. I am atomic. I do all things atomic. Gus, you pissed Brian Atomic off. You pissed me off. And you're not gonna like what's coming.
Come see Proving Ground live every Friday night at Richey Racquetball and Sports Club in Port Richey, Florida at 7 p.m. Step inside the new WWN Training Center for an experience like no other. Proving Ground is a night of fun for the whole family. Tickets are available at the door and seating is limited. Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
Raf, hey, tonight the guys teaming again. A little reunion with you and I. I think tonight will be different from last time. What do you say?
Oh, I'm about it.
I like the sound of that. Tonight, their pain will be our peace.
All right, let's do this.
No, I know you're relaxing, but I'm over here at Proving Grounds. No, I got a tag match. But neither Katina or the other one, what's his name, Idol. I don't know where they're at, man. I don't know.
Oh, snap! It's the Thick Daddy, the last of a dying breed, Uptown Andy. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I love that next level stuff you guys doing. Seriously, that's so great. Yeah. That's so great. But honestly though, if it was up to me, y'all missing a little something. Just a little something. You gotta have the rolling. You gotta have the design. You gotta have the dread. I could do that for you. I could do that for you, baby. I'm next level. Come on, look at me. Like $1 million, right? Come on, look twice. Hey, come on. That's sugar on sugar, baby. Y'all can have some of that. You need a little money, man. God, just to financially support y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. All right? Let me know. Hey, yo. I think I might got someone. Yeah.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
And as Tone Felix mentioned, he and Rafael Delgado, impromptu tag team partners just a few weeks ago here on WWN Proving Ground. What was supposed to be WWN Training Center versus Financially Stable, August Archois said, "Oh, I'm not going to be in this matchup. See you later." Left Rafael Delgado out hanging, and thankfully, it was Tone Felix doing double duty that night, coming out, competing again. Good to see what these guys can do together when it's actually planned. Of course, Delgado, a graduate of the WWN Training Center, still a regular, taking advantage of those opportunities to continue to hone the craft. You can see it right there in the back, WWNTC.com. WWNTC.com if you are interested in learning the craft of the sport of professional wrestling. Well, you saw Blake Banks approaching Uptown Andy Brown. Andy Brown apparently must have been on the phone with the FIP Florida Heritage Champion, the alternative Anthony Green, and Blake Banks comes rolling up there basically saying, "Oh, I really like this next level thing. Can I be an honorary member for the night?" And Andy Brown decided to go for it.
Anybody could always use a one-person hype team, and that's basically how Blake Banks got into the gig, just hyping up everything about Uptown Andy Brown. So, hey, man, right place, right time, I suppose.
Yeah, and don't forget, Blake Banks, a former ACW tag team champion, has that background in tag team wrestling, albeit for the last 6 months to a year. Blake Banks has been in singles and has been impressing in singles, making his Full Impact Pro debut just a month or so ago at, listen to this. I have no clue what brand is what, but apparently that's a very expensive gear. Be careful, Gina. But nevertheless, I was going to say it was WWN and FIP present Established Dominance 2022. It was Bobby Flacco versus Blake Banks. You can see that matchup and so much more. Club WWN, WWNlive.com for all the details. But right now, Tone Felix, Blake Banks tying things up, and experience-wise, these guys, similar amount of years in the sport, so to speak, both hovering around 2. Kind of excited to see how they stack up. Their paths have crossed many a time. Totally different setting tonight.
This duo of tag teams is absolutely stacked with talent. Very interested to see where this goes, but Banks firmly locking the side headlock in here and putting on the brakes, really keeping it locked. And like you said, a background in tag, but really tasting some of the fruits of singles action. The question is, can he retain some of that tag team strategy, or is it going to be all for himself?
Yeah, and now it's Haro, or should I say Tone Felix, holding on tight for Blake Banks, albeit Banks was very impressive putting on the brakes there, coming out of the ropes, but got to give it to both of these guys from the perspective of that catch-as-catch-can style and ability, but the question is who's going to get the better of this exchange?
Ooh, really keeping that waist lock applied here, almost choking the air out here, or losing the lunch maybe, but huge elbow from Banks. Impressive amount of strength out of both these men to start things off here, really showcasing that when they want something in, it's happening.
Banks been working hard, but great takedown there by Tone Felix, and following up with that Hurricanrana from the Russian leg sweep reverse style to the Hurricanrana, now the uppercut. Tone Felix in full control.
Let's say putting the brakes on again there, up and over. Again, it's all about trying to outsmart your opponent here.
Banks was able to catch himself for the moment, but Tone not slowing down and getting right near Uptown Andy Brown. Tone better be careful. In fact, you just saw Andy try to grab on, but instead, pinfall. The 2 count only, but indeed, I would not put my back to Andy Brown.
No. His royal thickness is not one to get too close to. We've seen the absolute brute force of that man, and putting his body on the line if need be. That's a dangerous character in that corner.
And now the tag, Rafael Delgado's in. Delgado, oh, how about this? The leg drop and the splash. Could this be the end already? Oh, 2 count only. You got to think, if Blake Banks got pinned, Andy Brown would not be giving a good word for Blake Banks to Anthony Green.
This is true. This is true. This is not just a tag match. This is a potential audition piece for Mr. Banks to see if he's actually on the level. But Trevin, I got to say out here, right out front, I am a huge Rafael Delgado guy. I think this kid has so much talent and so much heart, and I am thrilled with this tag team and the tandem moveset.
Yeah, pinfall. We just said it, that tandem move. Like I mentioned, not the first time they tagged, but definitely the first time able to prep. Oh, but the chin breaker right there. Blake Banks stopping Tone Felix, and what looked like some unity getting the brakes hit, and Andy cannot reach in, and instead pinfall. That was close, and hey, Tone taking out Andy.
Oh, but that was the opportunity Banks was looking for to cheap shot his opponent there in the center of the ring.
Yeah, and the tag bringing in Andy Brown, and Andy now, you can see the anger just going right at Tone Felix.
Ooh,
And as you said, the Thick Daddy is a man you've seen in New Japan Pro Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Full Impact Pro, American Combat Wrestling. This guy has been turning heads everywhere. You can see the exchange of strikes here. Oh, shoulder tackles.
The thing about Andy Brown is he's so big and so strong, and he knows it. And he knows how to use it to its most deadliest option to really put a hurt on. And look at, again, just clearing the table.
Yeah, that forearm, full effect. And there's the hype man, Blake Banks, hollering. Is Andy now? Has he got a mind for Tone Felix? We won't know because Felix not only lands, but able to get the drop kick to a derriere or perhaps lower back. And now the tag to Delgado. Good lariat there. And not letting go.
This is such a huge opportunity for Delgado and really showcasing if you can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Thick Daddy, that is a big, big deal.
And chop to the back. Uptown Andy Brown. I don't think he expected to suddenly be in this kind of trouble. And what's Delgado got all out of position, but able to recover. High-faced up Blake Banks. And you see, ooh! Monty just telling Blake, get back there. And unfortunately, I think this could be the end. Because during all that distraction, Andy Brown just nearly knocked out. Knocked out Rafael Delgado.
That was an absolute haymaker and could have rearranged some teeth. And now Andy Brown slowly looking to dismantle young Mr. Delgado.
And that's what you'll see. Ooh, what a kick to the small of the back, too. Andy Brown gets going, man. He's going to dissect you, and I do not want to be the back right now of Delgado.
Yay.
Great man once said, you watch the soul leave the body, and we just saw that happen. Delgado now in a heck of a lot of trouble as Blake Banks is tagged in. And Banks, pinfall. Wow, how did Delgado kick out?
Just picking at the bones here, but Delgado still got some fight left in him. And now, again, opportunity for Banks to impress a potential, team up later on down the road if he plays his cards right.
Yeah, some smack talking here from Blake Banks, and might be making it rain a little prematurely here. As Delgado coming back to life, and there's that sunset flip. Could it be the end? No, Banks able to escape, but credit to Delgado. This time, credit to Banks. Beautiful sling blade here. And if only Banks would follow up instead of the immediate pomp and circumstance.
No one in the building more impressed with his moves than himself.
Yeah, now Andy's in. Oh, wow. All the weight of Andy Brown nonchalantly stepping on top of his opponent while trying to anger Tone Felix. See Andy again. Oh, what a senton. And now the pin. Do you see him smiling?
So proud of himself. Just so proud of himself.
And that nonchalant pin letting Rafael Delgado still have a chance at life here in this matchup. But I cannot get over Andy Brown literally cheesing for the camera, thinking his opponent was beaten. Oh, the tag. And we saw a few weeks ago the assisted pile driver enough to win a match. Oof. And Andy get tossed into Blake Banks. It was actually Rafael Delgado and Sideshow against Andy Brown and Anthony Green. And I think Delgado would love to get that win tonight as Brown tossed into Blake Banks. And now the tag to Tone Felix.
Wow. Just coming out like a bat out of hell and throwing bombs to everybody here. And Banks is in serious trouble.
Yeah, tossed head first. Felix in control, nearly takes out the official. Wow. The stop to the back.
He's got something for everybody.
Is this the end? Wait, Blake Banks somehow still in this thing. And you said it. Tone Felix coming in full of P&V and forcing up Blake. Could it be a Death Valley driver? No, the counter. Oh, take it out, Andy Brown. Wow, beautiful disaster kick connects. What does Blake have in mind? You hear him trying to get will Andy Brown back to his feet. Pretty sure Andy might have got knocked loopy.
Banks looking unhinged here, and perhaps biting off a little more than he can chew.
Yeah, toss with the back body drop, and now the tag to Delgado.
Perhaps some revenge in mind for Delgado.
Well, it was Delgado insisted Sideshow tag him in, in the matchup, and unfortunately that was the undoing that night. But tonight, victory perhaps. Oh, Andy Brown tossing Tone Felix into Rafael Delgado to break things up. And you got to think, as Tone's tossed out there, Tone might have been trying to take out Andy. And was that a low blow?
That could have been. Oh, well, the deal's been done, but huge shot from Delgado, taking down the Thick Daddy.
Yeah, but now here's Blake Banks with the tights. Come on. Still a 2 count, but did you really need the tights?
Oh, again, using that top rope.
Yeah, Delgado got hung, and now the neck breaker as well. And a very prone Rafael Delgado as Andy Brown tagged in. And oh, this could be bad. We're going to see an assisted package pile driver.
We saw this nearly shorten the career of Hunter Law not too long ago.
Oof.
Wow!
I think this is the end. Pinfall. Banks and Andy Brown win. These guys are a little proud of themselves.
No kidding, their own cheering section. But I gotta say, I may not like it, but I was impressed. I mean, they did function fairly well as a team.
Oh, definitely well-deserved here. Once again, Andy Brown, Blake Banks, impromptu tonight, and it went well.
Banks possibly looking, like I said, to use this as an audition piece to move up in the world, but I think that remains to be seen. But, hey, they got the victory.
And, of course, Delgado, Tone Felix coming together, and they definitely had moments in this matchup. You would have thought victory was at hand, but unfortunately, Banks, Uptown just were able to connect the right way tonight.
You can see the disappointment there between those two. Just devastating, having that opportunity to have it just slip through your fingers.
How to Make Friends and Influence People by Uptown Andy Brown.
What can I get you to drink? Hey! Bartender lady, don't worry about that. Put it on my tab. Come on, man. Hey, that was good, right? I think that was pretty good. Come on, next level worthy, right? That's what I'm saying, man. Come on, I felt it out there. I know you felt it too, brother. Come on. Hey. Come on, brother. Come on. I know you felt it, baby. I know you felt it. Oh, what do you say? Come on. Give it to me. Next level, baby. Come on. Come on. Next level? No. What? Does that mean I'm in? Andy!
Raph, look, I get it. I've been there myself. It happens. Wins, losses, it's part of this business, man. You don't be frustrated. Look, what they did out there was very underhanded, under-tactic. I don't like it at all. But you can't be frustrated. Keep your head up. All right, man?
I've been here for the last few weeks just like you, and every match I've been in, I've lost. The name of the show is called Proving Ground, and what am I proving? That I am a chump!
Chump, man.
Then what happened out there? Can you explain that to me?
Hey.
I took this team, I don't know if it's gonna work out.
Raph, what are you saying?
Out.
Raph!
Come see Proving Ground live every Friday night at Richey Racquetball and Sports Club in Port Richey, Florida at 7 p.m. Step inside the new WWN Training Center for an experience like no other. Proving Ground is a night of fun for the whole family. Tickets are available at the door and seating is limited. Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Daniel Lacey off an impressive showing a couple weeks ago against Stephen Frick, coming up short that night, but definitely turning heads here. And another athlete who was a former 8CW tag team champion, in fact, with Blake Banks, since becoming a singles, has more than impressed across the World Wrestling Network. It's a big opportunity tonight for Daniel Lacey.
It's all about showcasing that you've got the talent in more ways than one. Tag, singles, this guy, he seems like he's got it all.
We're about to find out. Because in a moment, we're going to find out what time it is.
And his opponent.
I'm going to tell you right now, Zach, this Benjy Neptune, his positivity is infectious. Trained by Jay Lethal, about a year in the sport. Former amateur wrestler, he's done Olympic weightlifting, he's played football, he's a level 1 CrossFit instructor. I am absolutely excited to see what this youngster can do against Daniel Lacey.
Just coming in, the attitude goes so far. So excited to be here, almost a man of the people. And I'm very interested to see where this matchup can take us.
And things getting started here. Lacey definitely with the size advantage. Benjy deceptively strong. Well, maybe not. You can see the muscles. Absolutely strong, as well as fast. Of course, world famous Daniel Lacey, very proud of himself.
We've seen it countless times here at both WWN and all over that the head games are an important element of pro wrestling. You got to have the confidence. You got to be able to stare your opponent down and not waver. And so a little trash talk, a little, posing to the crowd to start things off here. But now it's go time.
Yeah, that's it. The posturing's over here as Benjy tossed.
Wow.
With a heck of a lot of force there from Daniel Lacey. You can see Lacey been adding muscle himself, phenomenal shape. Looks like a star. Who's kidding who?
A lot of showcasing of strength right out of the gate here. Really kind of putting an exclamation point on it.
You just said it. And the disrespect stepping on the neck of Benjy Neptune. And you can hear the WWN faithful definitely not appreciating Daniel Lacey. As Benjy now, beautiful arm drag. And another. And oh, what a drop kick. I'm telling you, man, this Benjy Neptune, what an athlete.
Yeah, I was going to say, just the absolute physicality and the fact that he, was trained by Jay Lethal, that is an unbelievable combination, just like that unbelievable knee strike out of nowhere.
Yeah, and don't forget Big Con and David Mercury as well. You got a great mix of folks adding the tutelage, and Benjy's listening, coming off the top, taking down Lacey. Look at the way Lacey's folded up. Pinfall. Oh, 2 count only. You got to give it to Neptune. Did not waste any time going for the pin, and you can see world famous Daniel Lacey having to regroup.
It's not a marathon here. It's about getting the win. And Benjy didn't have time to waste. He's a man with time on his mind.
And if there's anybody that can blitz you, it's definitely Benjy Neptune. But now Daniel Lacey taking advantage of that egress. Ooh, what a chop.
Ay, ay, ay.
And catching Neptune, who came out to try to get Lacey back into the ring. And
What's he gonna do? He can't do anything, huh?
I think you're about to find out. What a baseball slide there.
What time is it?
Indeed, Benjy time in full effect. And that's the challenge here for Lacey. If you're taking your opponent lightly, ooh, what a chop. Just because you've got the experience advantage, you're a former champion, Benjy Neptune can more than win this match, and I think you're already seeing it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about absolutely staying on top of things and continuing to build from here. I'm very impressed with Benjy right at the gate here. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Benjy was able to put on the brakes, stop from hitting the official, but head taken off, pinfall. The 2 count only. And you saw, man, Daniel Lacey saw that opportunity the second Benjy had to put on those brakes. Lacey was already ready to take the head off, and now following up with the attack. I'm telling you, Lacey, things are just starting to click on all cylinders for Daniel Lacey, and I would not want to be Benjy right now getting choked. Look at Lacey cheesing out for the camera.
The interesting thing about Lacey is, for a lot of young guys, if they do get that tag team glory at an early stage, can sometimes fizzle out, and it can be hard to make that change into a singles career. But for Lacey here, it seems like it only built up his confidence, built up his moveset, and wow, what a slam.
Yeah, and Lacey's feeling that confidence. Look at the elevation on the leg drop as well. Impressive. Now the pin, and the 2 count only. A mix of disgust as well as still the confidence on the face of Lacey. He's like, all right, I got more. WWN Faithful trying to get behind Neptune, but neckbreaker says no from Daniel Lacey.
Planted right in the center of the ring. Lacey firmly in the driver's seat right now. And is just toying with the crowd here.
And looks like Lacey, oh no. Could it be? Backslide. Is this it? No, that 2 count only, but Benjy, signs of life. Do not count out Benjy Neptune.
Benjy not being taken a fool of twice here. Going for that backslide, very well scouted. And now can he continue to go from here? Wow.
Yeah, but the boot of Lacey just taking down Benjy Neptune. And every time Neptune starts to come back, Lacey has the answer, and another neck breaker. Is this going to be enough? Seeing a little more frustration now on the face of Lacey.
About 70-30 on the frustration to confidence scale.
And of course, frustration can make men make mistakes here. As Lacey, though, still in control. Whipping Benjy. And oh, look at that. Taking out the leg. The height advantage doesn't mean much. And how about into the pin? Banana split. Is that enough? No. We've seen Neptune win with that banana split before, but not tonight.
A very impressive showcasing of different pin variations from Neptune in this match. And now single leg Boston Crab, expertly applied.
And distance from the ropes there. Lacey, ooh, hair away from tapping. Can you imagine? Submission victory for Benjy Neptune. And unfortunately, it might be an imagination thing as Daniel Lacey kicks off Neptune. Here, WWN Faithful still trying to get behind Benjy Neptune, but that chop to the neck, that'll make it hard to breathe. Ooh, what a lariat. Benjy was folded up, Zach. I think this could be the end. No, 2 count only.
That was one heck of a haymaker clothesline to kick out of. That was on another level. Very impressed that Benjy's been able to stay in this fight, but at a certain point, you got to call it.
And the knee now. You hear that? The confidence is, I think we're now 70-30 confidence maybe even 80-20 coming from Lacey, as mocking Benjy Neptune and right now making a wish with the back of Benjy Neptune.
Both these men have had real sparks of life, real showcases of offense, but it's just about continuing that momentum. I've said it before. You got to keep going. You can't put on the brakes at any moment or your opponent is going to try to just derail you. And look at this. Blatant.
Yeah, Lacey raking the face of Neptune and now cutting off the oxygen. Smart move there from Daniel Lacey. Your opponent can't breathe, the lights will go out. But perhaps adrenaline flowing here for Neptune. WWN faithful still firmly behind the youngster as Neptune, I was going to say fighting off Daniel Lacey, but every time you think Neptune has this thing, Lacey has an answer.
We know around these WWN parts how good Lacey's can be. We had, our fair share of Lacey's in the past here, and I got to say, Daniel Lacey continuing on the family lineage and really showcasing he is not one. He's no slouch, and these two have been equally matched thus far, and I could easily see either one of these guys main eventing not only Proving Ground, but other WWN shows in the near future. They are both that good. Wow!
Yeah, I don't know if those Lacey's are related, but regardless, now here comes Benjy Neptune, and wow, belly-to-belly suplex. Is this enough? Oh, 2 count only. What strength by Benjy Neptune, lifting Lacey with ease.
So next you're going to tell me that I'm not related to a famous horror director. But nevertheless, scouting again. Benjy one step too slow here. Oh, I stand corrected.
And what does Neptune have in mind here? Suplex again with ease.
Almost picture perfect on that suplex.
Now the pin. 2 count only. Like I told you, Neptune is a strong dude. You're seeing it in full effect here, but of course Lacey, it's going to take a lot to take out Daniel Lacey.
These two just having an absolute slugfest here. And we're getting to the point now where it could just be one desperate move away from a victory. These two have absolutely put their bodies on the line. You see the sweat pouring off the bodies. We are at that moment, that tipping point, where it could just be one good shot. Could be all she wrote.
Yeah, and this might be that good shot here for Lacey. The pop-up sit-out. Is this enough?
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Neptune recovering, at least in the moment. Now we are at full frustration from Daniel Lacey.
Dude, that was moments away. That was moments. Lacey had it. He saw it. He heard his own theme music playing in his head. That was so dangerously close.
Wow, now his confidence back. And was that a mistake? We're about to find out. Yup, Neptune lands on the ground. Back suplex. Wow. And it's definitely Benjy time right now. Lacey's in trouble. Oh no, roll up.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You're kidding me. No. Again, Benjy's still in this thing. Putting on the brakes though. And now the elbow as well, and that's the thing. Lacey talked about the size, but break in the face, come on. Please tell me that's not going to be the difference maker. Oh! Jackknife rolling through. Leg lariat, come on.
Just absolutely planting the man.
Lacey wins. And for as good as that match was, just that little moment at the end, take it away. What could have been Benjy Neptune's victory, tonight is all Daniel Lacey.
Lacey came in confident, leaving even more so. What an absolute war between these two. And unfortunately, underhanded tactics to a certain degree playing a large part here, but that's all it's going to say in the record book is that Lacey left with the win.
Daniel Lacey, huge win tonight in Proving
No, actually, no, he's kind of small, isn't he? That's kind of a small. Hey, you're small too.
What do you have in store for the upcoming weeks ahead?
What I have in store for the upcoming weeks ahead? My plan, quite frankly, is no more proving ground. Because my eyes are set on FIP. And I'm going to take over FIP. In fact, I think I might make FIP world famous. Mwah.
Take it easy, everybody.
Give me those. You can't afford those. You do it.
Lacey again wasn't even going to wait for the interview from Michael James. On the way out, definitely showing the confidence, and you hear the people get behind Benjy Neptune.
But it's all right, though. I've been knocked down plenty of times. I've been knocked down on a wrestling mat. I've been knocked down in the football field. And of course, I've even been knocked down by barbells and dumbbells. But it's all right. They can't stop me. I'll tell you this, learn this. I promise you. I will keep on fighting. I will become world champion wherever I go. And by the end of the day, I will be one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet and sports entertainers on the planet. Believe that. It's Benjy time. My time is there.
Impressive.
Yeah, I told you, that positivity is infectious. Not a lot of guys could lift you back up after being defeated.
You win some, you lose some. But just like I said out there, I've taken a lot of L's, I've taken a lot of falls, but I always got back up.
Yeah, we're gonna do some business. You're right, Daddy. You're right. Excuse me. Oh yeah, you're up, all right, Benjy. Wait till you see what we have in store for you next Friday night. Yeah, I was just talking to that loser Benjy Neptune. Yeah, Benjy's on.
Come see Proving Ground live every Friday night at Richey Racquetball and Sports Club in Port Richey, Florida at 7 p.m. Step inside the new WWN Training Center for an experience like no other. Proving Ground is a night of fun for the whole family. Tickets are available at the door and seating is limited. Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
Yo! Right here, I just got a message, man. Kai, your first match, it's booked this Friday. Proving Ground in Newport Richey. First match, it's booked, baby. Let's go.
You serious, man? Dude, this is big, man. This is the moment I've been waiting for, man. This is what makes all the training in here, in the dungeon, worth it. Week in, week out, busting my ass. It's time. Who's the guy? Says right here, man.
It's me. See you Friday.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Kai Price making his WWN debut here at WWN Proving Ground. This is a Hart Dungeon Showcase match, and for Kai Price, it is that big first match, that big opportunity outside of the nest, so to speak, Zach.
Well, and what an unbelievable place to start. You're talking about a paramount wrestling spot in the South to start here in the WWN.
Of course, Jake Sterling is no stranger to the World Wrestling Network. We've seen him on WWN Proving Ground before, as well as American Combat Wrestling. And as you know, he has been recently honing those skills doing his graduate studies at the Hart Dungeon. So think about it. You got TJ Wilson, Natalia Neidhart. You got that level of talent, let alone the various students that are going through. And as I kind of put it, it's your graduate school, so to speak. You finished undergrad, you're in grad school, you're training with some of the best in the world, and these two know each other well, as you see that show of respect. I am absolutely excited for this matchup, Zach.
You couldn't ask for a brighter look at what wrestling can become in the coming years. You've got Jake Sterling, who has absolutely made a name for himself around here. And then you've got this newcomer. This is the opportunity of all opportunities here to really show your stuff in an environment that is absolutely looking for that kind of talent that wants to take it to the next level. So this is a match made in heaven. Ooh.
And shoulder tackle. And you notice Sterling immediately went for that sharpshooter. We saw something similar from Ariel Dominguez a few weeks ago at FIP Established Dominance. Something about the training. In fact, now look at this. Looks like Kai Price has the same idea.
I assume it's like an extra credit assignment or something like that for the graduate program. You know, how many times can you get a sharpshooter in? You'll get like an extra 5 points to your grade. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for that. We've all tried those types of things to get ahead in class. So yeah, kudos to them.
And the lockup here. Like I mentioned, these guys train together. And you saw the confidence from Jake Sterling when he found out that these two were going to get this opportunity to face off. And of course, Kai Price showing what he can do here. It's a big opportunity for Kai. Look at Sterling's agility. And look at Kai's almost a stalemate.
These two, like you put it perfectly. They know each other so well. They've trained together. So now the question becomes, where do you pull a rabbit out of the hat? You know this other person so well. How do you throw them off their game?
And yeah, there it is. You saw it there. First, it was Sterling putting on the brakes at the attempt at an arm drag. Then it was Sterling hitting the arm drag, going for it again, and boom, again, Kai, just Price stopped in his tracks, and now the lockup.
It's both a showcase of who's on top tonight, as well as who has retained more in schooling. Because both these men showcasing what you can learn in the Hart Dungeon and how you can put that to good use. So there's a lot riding on this, more so than just bragging rights. Wow.
Yeah, and this time it's Kai Price able to toss Jake Sterling over. And are we thinking sharpshooter again?
Somebody's going to get this move locked in, and I'm going to lose my mind.
Oh, kicking off is Sterling and kipping up as well. Sterling's a big dude to be moving like that. And the attempt at a little bit of respect there. Kai not asking for the help to get back up.
A little bit of condescending respect. A little bit like, maybe this is a little too early for you. Okay, I don't need you to help me up. I'm a wrestler. I'm fine.
No, that's a fair point here. Now Sterling reverse control and Price trying to escape. And perhaps Price is turning the tide. And now it's Sterling taking back control as well. And
again, attempt right here. No, not quite.
Yeah, the counter to the pin. Not 2 count only, and that's the thing. You keep putting yourself out there. You got to think these guys have felt many a sharpshooter in the school, and it's breaking down a little bit. Look at the frustration coming out on both athletes.
There's only so much that can be taught in class, and now it's becoming a little more personal.
Yeah, and you notice Sterling, oof, has that size advantage here. Trying to use it in his favor. Of course, Kai Price, absolute athlete, as he gets up and over, and I think whatever Sterling had in mind. Ooh. Oh, kick does connect. I was about to say, I thought Price might have escaped, but no. And is that Sterling heading to the top?
Is the ring reinforced for this? Wow!
Yeah, Kai Price getting out of the way, and oh, Savate kick. Rockin' Sterling, step up in Zaguri. Could you imagine, is this the end? No, 2 count only.
What a potential upset there, so close. And now it's about staying on top of it. Kai Price is in the driver's seat. Do not lose that momentum. And you can see Sterling now. This started off as sort of a one-upsmanship of like who can retain, who can do the workbook most perfectly. And now it seems like we're getting our own flavor of these wrestlers, what they can bring to the table, and not just regurgitate what they learned in class.
Yeah, Kai was smartly trying to cut off the oxygen, and Sterling's starting to get to his feet. You can see the perspiration on both of these athletes. It is hot here in the WWN Training Center tonight. Just like this action is Price again, refusing to let go, but that's one way to break the hold.
So you can see the difference in experience in an escape like that. And now that strength advantage too, wow.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Ooh, what a chop. When you find yourself in this kind of a setting, you're in the squared circle, you've got a jam-packed building, it's hot as heck, oof. And just the reality, the chop as well, the reality is everything you've learned can go out the window if things start breaking down. Oh, stopping Sterling. I think Sterling was looking for that something like a Uranagi to take out Kai Price, but Price now, big chop of his own. And like we talked about, they know each other well. Even Price was able to stop what could have been a German suplex, and instead, snap, wow, release German suplex of his own.
Very impressive, and showcasing he's got the stuff. He's been able to stay toe-to-toe with the big man here. Very impressive thus far.
Yeah, Price kicking the sternum now of Jake Sterling, a very prone Jake Sterling. See Gina Monti's concerned. Oh, second kick connects.
The sequel came worse here. Cover.
Pin. And as you put it quite well, sequel more than delivered. The pain that is as Sterling could be out. And are we going to see it again? No.
I feel like whether someone taps out or not, that as soon as someone gets the sharpshooter in, the match is over.
Yeah, and I think Kai Price realized I've tried it too many times, and now perhaps was thinking suplex. Sterling trying to change that center of gravity, make it hard for Price. And a beautiful Saito suplex. And this goes back to the experience differential like you talked about earlier. And just an arm on the chest for the pin, but the foot on the rope. What ring awareness here for Kai Price, so young in his career.
Well, you noted that Kai Price completely splat on the mat, but still aware, still conscious enough to make it to that rope. Very, very impressive. And now it's about who wants it more, who can get to their feet first and make the next move.
These guys have been going at it quite a while here. Ooh, what a forearm. Sterling rocked, but rocking back on Kai Price. And I'm telling you, regardless of who wins this match, what a showcase from the Hart Dungeon. More than showing world-class athletes coming out of there.
Right you are, keeping the legacy alive here as these two are prime examples of that skill level coming out. Wow.
And what's Price going to follow this up with? Oh, we won't know. See Sterling. Is it going to be inevitable? No, counter. Ooh, knee.
Right under the chin, too, by the way. That's potential knockout blows here.
Yeah, return fire, though. Like we talked about, these guys know each other well. Pop up.
Ay, ay, ay.
Now the pin. Wow, could that have been any closer?
I am stunned. I am stunned that Price had the power in that body to lift that shoulder up. That was, what a shot right to the jaw. And the fact that he's still conscious is unbelievable.
Yeah, and you notice Price had to use the ropes to get up, but able to get that boot to catch a charging Jake Sterling. Speaking of catching a charging man, no, counter again. Did you hear how hard that elbow hit?
Reverberating off the walls here.
And attempted the pop-up again, now the backslide instead. It was a great counter by Kai, but not enough to put away Sterling. Uranagi well placed.
Do or die time for Kai.
Now the pin. Whoa. And this time we're 2.9 and it's Kai a hair away from defeating Jake Sterling. No one wants to lose in their first match outside of their school.
That's true. There's a lot riding on this. A lot of personal pride. A lot of, I would assume, people dumping your books at the school when you return if you come up short. And now, what this has all been leading towards here, no, still not.
Yeah, Sterling counter, and looks like Sterling might be getting the sharpshooter, and no. And I think that's the thing. You get trained enough in this, you learn the counters. Both guys fighting off.
Just let it go, gentlemen. Let it go. You can put each other in the move after the match. Just try to win the dang thing.
And that's one way to do it. Kai Price just slammed into the mat by Jake Sterling, knocking the wind out of the lungs of Kai Price and holding onto the foot though. Price refusing to be submitted. Even placed in the submission hold, but Sterling finally had the answer. There you go. Sit out F5. And I think this is the end, Zach. Sterling wins.
Wow.
Hey, with a moniker like the Inevitable, Jake Sterling indeed proving tonight it was inevitable. Victorious in this Hart Dungeon showcase, but I gotta give it to Kai Price. What a showing, and so many times nearly victorious in this matchup.
What a great showcase, almost like a checkpoint in your training to really put on a clinic like that between these two athletes. Really, really impressive. I was gonna say, Kai's got nothing to be ashamed of, just gotta get back to work. You got tape to study now, gotta get back to work.
Yeah, show of respect here. You got to think it's only a matter of time before you see these two athletes again in a WWN ring. And Michael James heading on in to get some words with the returning Jake Sterling.
Mike, it feels so good to be back on Proving Ground. I've been going for a while, but this is where I got my start. This is where I cut my teeth. This is where I became Jake Sterling right here in the ring. I've been gone for a while, honing my craft with some great people, and I proved tonight with my training partner that I train with some of the best that this industry has to offer. So WWN, who's the best you got to offer? Send them my way.
And you heard the confidence oozing from the inevitable Jake Sterling, asking for more here at the World Wrestling Network. You got to think it's only a matter of time.
Hey man, I was looking for you. Yeah. That was a match, brother. Damn right. You pushed me to my absolute limit, exactly how I knew you would.
Hell yeah. Hey, listen, and you got nothing to be ashamed of. We went to the absolute limit out there. We showed everybody what the Hart Dungeon's all about. Natty and TJ, they're gonna watch this back, and they're gonna be more proud than ever. As far as Proving Ground goes, buddy, this ain't over. We got a lot left to prove. Let's get back to work.
Come see Proving Ground live every Friday night at Richey Racquetball and Sports Club in Port Richey, Florida at 7 p.m. Step inside the new WWN Training Center for an experience like no other. Proving Ground is a night of fun for the whole family. Tickets are available at the door and seating is limited. Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
Tonight's the biggest night of my wrestling career. You see, I go against a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion in the Tokyo Monster Kahagas. So tonight I'm proving ground. I prove myself to everybody out there why I am the king of battle. And I'm here to blaze the future.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
And you want to talk about a resume in your announcements. Tokyo Monster Kahagas, an absolute legend in the sport of professional wrestling. The fact that we're getting to see him here in a WWN Proving Ground ring, this is big, but speaking of big, it's going to be a hell of a challenge for Big Nick Quinones. Oh, Dontay Brown.
New Port Richey, Florida. I can't say that it's a treat to be back here, but it's good to see these fans coming out here tonight for this WWN Proving Ground.
We came to see Kahagas.
In the name, WWN Proving Ground goes back a long way because if you look at both of those major companies right now, a lot of those guys came from WWN Proving Ground. So give WWN a round of applause, please. When we got a call the other day for me to bring the Triple Crown champion here to Proving Ground, we offered an open challenge to any of those young guys in the back. And how fitting the young man that accepted the challenge goes by the name, the King of Battle. Well, if you're the King of Battle, I don't know what I should call this Triple Crown champion, but I do know what you're about to be in. And it's going to be the battle of your life. So tighten up your bootstraps. You better come in here with a chest protector on, because you're going to leave with hamburger meat. The Triple Crown champion, the only Triple Crown champion, the former NWA World Heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the Tokyo Monster, Kahagas.
Look at the shape the Tokyo Monster Kahagas is in.
Just unearthly. Ridiculous.
And his opponent,
And I give it to Big Nick stepping up here, being willing to answer the open challenge to face the near 20-year veteran, the Tokyo Monster Kahagas. And I'm telling you, man, if there was a opportunity to turn heads in the sport of professional wrestling, for Nick Quinones. A successful showing here against Kahagas could change his career.
Trevin, it is no exaggeration. When I first was introduced to true independent wrestling here in Florida, almost a decade ago, Kahagas was on the top of that mountain. He is on that Mount Rushmore. He is a name that anyone who's ever stepped across the ring from him, a shiver goes up their spine, and for good reason. And the fact that Nick just got to shake that man's hand, I'd go home after this. I'd be like, I got it, goodbye. Because this is on another level. Like you said, we're talking career maker potential here.
Well, and that's it. I think this is the reality of the situation for Nick is you had the respect coming in now you got to earn the respect coming out as that arm's getting twisted off by the Tokyo Monster. And you heard it, an NWA National Champion, an NWA North American Heavyweight Champion, and of course the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. The first and only Triple Crown Champion in the NWA. That's a hell of a credential as the arm being twisted there, let alone countless other championships throughout the sport of professional wrestling. And again, to be able to have Tokyo Monster Kahagas here on WWN Proving Ground, what an opportunity. You've already seen that. Ooh, wow. So quick. Both of these athletes, you've already seen the legacy of Kahagas through those Thunder Championship Wrestling young athletes. But how about this?
Going into this thing, looking at what Nick has in front of him here, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's not about winning or losing. It's about just don't waste Kahagas' time. Just be able to go the distance, and that's enough. And to see something like that, an exchange like that, unbelievable. This is just, you talk about dream scenarios. To be in a matchup like this is everything right now here at Proving Ground.
There's an absolute intimidation factor when Tokyo Monster Kahagas comes out of that curtain. And I got to give it to Nick, not only staying in this thing, but now with that control of the arm, but Kahagas quickly getting to the ropes.
There's so much tape to study of the Tokyo Monster, but it's one of those things where when you're living it in real time, it's on a complete other level.
Yeah, and again, Quinones trying to keep control of things here, has the arm of Kahagas, but Kahagas so smart getting into those ropes, forcing the break. Hey, I'm telling you, fundamentals, and look at the anger on the face of Kahagas.
This is not where you want to be. You do not want to anger this man.
And don't forget Dontay Brown's out there too. Oh. Well, again.
Somebody put that on my highlight reel. I'd put that on a t-shirt. I shook this man's hand and he didn't just punch me in the mouth for it.
Well, now the lockup, and of course it's Kahagas doubling up the offensive and turning things up to 11. As Quinones not like, ooh, dumped in the corner, but the chop. And another, lighting up the chest of Big Nick.
If you ever wanted a souvenir, you've got it, because good Lord, those chops.
Well, it was the prophecy from Dontay Brown. He said, prepare to have hamburger meat for a chest, and we're well on our way here, but Quinones fighting back. And what a kick to the small of the back of Kahagas, and that second kick not only connects, now the senton. Shock and all, is this enough? No, 2 count.
This is what it's all about. This has got to be the game plan, is just try to catch this living legend off balance. Just try to surprise him as best you can, or just try to survive.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You said before, you want to go the distance. You want to be able to have a good showing. Heck, you want to win. That really is what it comes down to. And right now, the choke. Kahagas. The official finally having to get in there. Kahagas refusing to break things. Man, if this wasn't one of the biggest matchups in Proving Ground history, you got to think that would have been a disqualification. Official given some leniency here.
Absolutely. If this was any other matchup, this thing would be thrown out the window. But stakes this high and with this level of importance going on, you got to bend the rules a little bit.
Well, and again, you got a legacy trained by guys like Hector Guerrero, Prince Iakea. You know, the thing is, Kahagas is just a physical specimen. What a chop. You saw Nick was trying to throw some chops, and Kahagas is like, pardon me, I'm going to grab this chair here. And,
excuse you?
We are outside of the ring right now, so I think the referee might give a little bit of leniency here. You can even see Kahagas is tossing it in, going, what are you going to do if I do it inside of the ring?
That's the problem when you're dealing with literally a monster, is who's going to tell him, yeah, I don't think so.
It's the water bottle just thrown into the face of Nick Quinones, and I think our junior official, Dominic Coco, has no clue how to handle this. You got to think there's that fear. I don't want to throw the match out, but by the same token, use that chair in the ring. You have to throw the match out. The official finally get the chair out. As Kahagas comes in, what a stop.
Again, it's one of those cases where what's the fate worse than death here? Making that guy mad. That is it.
Well, and indeed, and it's proving ground for the officials as well. It's a big opportunity here for Dominic Coco, and now the pin. Is this it? And I'm impressed on how fast Kahagas followed that up into the submission.
That is the difference maker. That is a showcasing. That's how you become a Triple Crown legend. Is pin, oh, didn't work? Immediate into submission. Not a moment's hesitation. Immediate onto the next strategy, the next plan. That is why he is on the level he is on.
Yeah, Kahagas made it look easy. But Nick, starting to get to the feet. You hear WWN Faithful trying to get behind Nick Quinones. And is Nick going to be able to follow up? Yes, he is. Clotheslines connect. Coming, showing some fire, catching Kahagas in the corner. Oh, but out of the way. Tokyo Monster, living up to the moniker.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%, no exaggeration on that name. And Big Nick is in serious trouble here.
It's a bugging in the corner. Kahagas in absolute control here. But perhaps, I was going to say, did Kahagas give Nick too much time for recover? But I guess not. What a lariat. Is this the end? No. Instead, submission. Got about a half a bow and arrow there. Look at the way the foot is in the face of Quinones.
Pain and disrespect in equal helpings here.
And Lesser Man would be tapping out. Oh, finally has to.
Wow.
Credit to Quinones in that submission for so long before he tapped. And Kahagas taking his happy time breaking it.
Breaking the hold and nearly breaking a man.
What a battle here at WWN Proving Ground.
Yeah, just absolutely has not lost a step. It's still the top of the mountain when it comes to independent wrestling. Dontay Brown clearly proud to be in the same ring, but wow, what a showcase for Big Nick. And again, going the distance is big enough on its own. That was really, really incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. A very competitive match here, but victory for the Tokyo Monster Kahagas. And great having Kahagas here at WWN Proving Ground, as well as a legend in managing, Dontay Brown. What a night it's been tonight. We still got our main event to go.
You know, tonight I went toe-to-toe with a multi-time world champion. Kahagas, your reputation precedes you. You are truly the Tokyo Monster. I doubted myself. And the match went eerie, but I'll be ready next time. I'm gonna train. I'm gonna train and train and train and come back harder, because I am the king of battle, and I am here to blaze the future.
Come see Proving Ground live every Friday night at Richey Racquetball and Sports Club in Port Richey, Florida at 7 p.m. Step inside the new WWN Training Center for an experience like no other. Proving Ground is a night of fun for the whole family. Tickets are available at the door and seating is limited. Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
A little bird told me something through the grapevine. Superstar Sean Davis wants to take me out. Well, maybe he should get in line. Because ever since I started in this business, everyone's been trying to take me out. And then guess what? I'm still here. And tonight, at Proving Ground, I'm going to show everyone why I am that freaking good.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event. And this contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Well, last week, after ACW Heavyweight Champion August Artois got himself involved in the Anthony Katina versus Stephen Frick match, it was August after being speared saying, Superstar Sean Davis, he's got something for you, Frick, and insane John Strange.
Oh boy.
For the last 3 weeks, all I've heard is about how you have been a thorn in the side of Heartbreak Enterprises. Well, I'm here tonight to make sure your days in the WWN are finished. Shut your damn mouth, kid. I'm gonna give you one opportunity to just come out here, get on your hands and knees, and beg forgiveness of Superstar Sean Davis, and then I might have some mercy on you. Get yourself out here.
And you see Frick waiting no time, going right at John Strange. And heck, what we saw last week with John Strange and how literally insane he was when he faced the answer Tito Torres. Heck, John Strange showed up in a bus, in a white bus. Oh wait, pinfall. And I don't blame Frick at all. I mean, think about it. Wow. Ooh, what a kick. All the issues with Heartbreak Enterprises, Superstar Sean Davis, ACW Heavyweight Champion. Oh, going for the foot immediately. Big surprise.
Sean Davis has never seen a shortcut he's never wanted to take.
Yeah, Strange immediately taking advantage of it. And man, we don't know a ton about John Strange, but I can tell you he's been around the sport for a good 24 years. And I have seen him, of course, in recent history as the life's getting choked out of Frick in Thunder Championship Wrestling. Oh, come on, Sean Davis. Ridiculous.
Trevin, what more do you need to know? The man came out with a paper plate on his face. This guy is off his nut.
Ooh. The elbow now. Rockin' Frick. The pin. No, 2 count only.
I just imagine this has to be a complete mind warp for Frick. It's like looking into a cracked mirror. It's like a ghost of Frickmas past. looking at a guy like John Strange. This is a lot of weird emotions, a lot of weird brainwaves going on in that squared circle.
And now the pin, the 2 count only. But you just said it, Zach. I mean, the reality of the situation, Stephen Frick and everything that went on with him and the Clover Clan, and hey, Superstar's in trouble. I don't know if Sean's going to be able to get around that side of the ring.
He'll try, not for lack of trying.
Strange taking advantage of that opportunity and doing some research on Strange. I know he was unpinned in the state of Florida for a good 2 years. He's had victories over talents like Rob Conway. He's wrestled Raven, Tracy Smothers, and at the end of the day, he's held championships all over the sport. But tonight, he is the man who's been brought in to take out Stephen Frick, and if there's anybody who can do it, it's Insane John Strange. Now the end? No. Just ripping at the face here. Testing the limits of the official.
Testing the limits of Frick. Testing that toughness. We've seen Frick countless title defenses, countless matchups.
And the chokes again. And like you said, Frick, a former ACW heavyweight champion, arguably had that championship stolen by August Artois about a year ago. Ooh, right hand. Frick's been on a journey trying to regain that championship and technically considered, ooh, what a chop, a #1 contender along with Sage Scott as well as Lucky Ali. August Artois has a laundry list of folks all a hair away from taking that championship away. But right now, Frick can't be thinking about Artois. He's got to be thinking Strange as Frick lands on the floor.
Tough landing there, not completely on his feet gracefully, but once again, getting caught up in the web of Sean Davis.
What am I looking at?
What the? Okay, I'll be honest. At first, I thought maybe Newport Richey, native, but I believe Sean Davis has big friends in big places, and the numbers game suddenly rearing their ugly head against one Stephen Frick.
Yeah, and I think the official didn't quite see the attack, but whoever this big man is coming in the ring. Oh, you got to be kidding me. This is going to get thrown out.
There's a whole lot of humanity here, making his presence felt against Stephen Frick, and this was a setup from the jump, folks.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Zach. Clearly, Sean Davis had whoever this big man is in the wings to go along with Insane John Strange, and Frick in a hell of a lot of trouble.
This is bad news for one Stephen Frick. Doesn't matter how frickin' good you are, the numbers do not lie.
Oh, man, it's got to be a good 300-400 pounds. And the splash on the back of Stephen Frick.
We know Frick has come back from injury before, but this could be a severe impact to a man's physicality with a splash like that. That was just disgusting. Whoa!
Yeah, Sideshow. Coming out of nowhere. I didn't even know Sideshow was in the building.
I feel like Sideshow just kind of appears, like he's like a genie or something like that in the training center. And now
they threatened to dive and put on the brakes. And listen to superstar Sean Davis.
How can you not? So yeah, technicalities, I guess Stephen Frick is the winner, but this thing was a setup from the jump.
Yeah, for sure. Thankfully, Sideshow in the building to save Stephen Frick. What a night it's been tonight here at WWN Proving Ground. Any parting thoughts, Zach Romero?
What an unbelievable show from top to bottom. I am so blown away by the young talent we've got on this roster. So many glances at what the future can hold. And then when it comes to the business between Davis and Frick, I feel like it is long from over.
Yeah, so great having you back here, Zach. For Zach Romero, I am Trevin Adams. Thanks for joining us. WWNLive.com for all things World Wrestling Network. We hope you join us again soon.
But then you were the victim of my #1 orderly, and I don't know if you'll ever wrestle again. But you, Sideshow, how dare you stick your nose in Heartbreaker Price's business? I'm not happy, and now you're gonna pay the price too. Come on, I'm gonna feed you now. Come on, let me get you some food. Come on. Come on.
Hey kids, it's Sideshow here, and nothing more I like doing than drinking beer and crashing wrestling show. So I was here at Proving Ground tonight. I thought I'd watch the show, see some of my old homies, and what do I see? I see Tweedle Dumbass in the ring taking liberties on my boy right here, Stephen Frick. So guess what? John Strange, Tweedle Dumbass, we're going to see you in the ring very, very soon because I'm going to be talking to WWN offices and we're going to get a tag match going on. And let me tell you something, when the 8th Deadly Sin and the man Frick get in the ring together, it's all downhill for you and your little loony bin circus because you guys, not like us, you guys aren't about that life.